and now we're taking it from WhatsApp. Can we read Al-Quran while standing after prolonged sitting, or should we take a mobility break and then continue reading Al-Quran while sitting down?
Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's given us this, immense dispensation for us to read the Quran as much as we can, and that we're rewarded commensurately. So the more one can read, the better, and of course with deliberation and pondering, because the purpose of the Quran was both meditation and the reflection. And of course, the internalization and reflecting into our behavior and conduct as well. That being the case, there is the hadith which says, read the Quran so long as you find your soul conducive to it, i.e. you're absorbing. Once it's completely you're switching off, you might try and extend it slightly. But when you can see it's not going in at all, then put it down for that time and you return to it maybe later in that day or the next day. In terms of if you're absorbing it spiritually, but you're just physically feeling some, awkwardness, you want to stretch your legs, etc., are you allowed to read the Quran walking? Well, some of the fuqaha did question this. It seems there's no actual text prohibiting it or saying that it's not allowed, especially if there's no signs of disrespect in the process. So absolutely do read the Quran while you're walking, while you're standing, and while you're sitting, and may Allah accept it from all of us. Ameen.
And if someone is doing hifz or learning or memorizing, and one of the best ways if they're going to work while they're walking towards the office, underground, while driving the car, I'm sure they can practice it, isn't it, Sheikh?
Absolutely. And in fact, it's the common habit. I know several hufad who found themselves becoming hafiz of the Quran through using the public transport in their commute to work and on their return journey. And actually, interestingly, other hufad who found that their way of memorizing just anything in life, even when they were studying for their exams, but even especially with the hifz of the Quran, was to walk up and down in their room while kind of memorizing the Quran. So that also is a method people use.
Excellent. Jazakallah khair. And also another point related to that is sometimes what we see is after Ramadan, our Iman, the level of Iman is high, and we try to some may say do extra or too much. But then what happens, we do all of a sudden too many acts that we used to do in Ramadan, and all of a sudden then down the line, we completely abandon it, we feel lazy or we feel reluctant. So when it comes to a'mal, how should it be done? In moderation or doing something that are small in quantity but constantly?
Absolutely. The Prophet ﷺ said, as per the hadith in Sahih Bukhari, he said to do that ma tutiqun, which you're able to, which you can take on and do reasonably. And he alayhi salatu said, as again per the hadith in Sahih Bukhari, also a riwayat in Sahih Muslim and At-Tirmidhi and Shama'il and other places, says that أحب الدين إلى الله أدومه وإن قل. The most beloved deed form of engaging in deen with Allah is that which is regular and consistent, even if it be small in quantity. So you're doing your fard, and over and above that, even if it's a small amount but frequently done, then steady wins the race, as they say in English. And as the wedding in other riwayat, he said, "Ma dima alayhi sahibu, ma dama alayhi sahibu." That which is dima, that which is regular and recurrent and consistent, and which the person who does it does so as a regular practice. So it becomes part of who they are.